Hey everyone, it's Coach Mo Fall, and I'm here for an awesome Facebook Live, or if you're listening to this on the Bring Your Soul to Work podcast, welcome. This is an episode you don't want to miss. If you are in the workplace, I don't care if you've had a job for 20 years, you want to listen in on this discussion. I'm here with our certified resume coach, Juanita Albin. Hello, Juanita.
Hello, Coach Mo. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. So excited for you to be here. If you're new to my work, folks, if you have not heard about what in the world is a Coach Mo, we have everything for professional women to up-level their souls and their careers. And what we find in the women who we've worked with over the past almost 8 years now is that most career problems are at the root an issue with the self, the soul not being as alive and thriving as possible. And Coach Juanita is going to be talking about some of those aspects that show up in your resume or that show up in you not having the resume that works for you. So Coach Juanita has been with us for a couple of years. I'm going to ask her to give her elevator pitch to introduce. She is one of the coaches on our team. And I have to say this, when we can deliver awesome career and executive coaching with the team, you get the best of a bunch of experts coming together to huddle around and make your soul and career thrive at a whole new level. And that's what we do in our kick-ass, badass Team Coach Mo area. And we're going to talk about exactly what is that resume problem that you got and how bad is it hurting you? Juanita, give us the 411 on you.
Well, I'm Juanita Albin. As Coach Mo sweetly introduced me, I am the certified rockstar resume writer for Coach Mo, and I love what I do. I help our clients every day reach their goals in terms of reaching their career of their dreams. But what I really do is align people with their gifts and their talents to allow them to portray those on paper to land their dream jobs. I absolutely love what I do. When I was a little girl, I was raised in a big family, but I also spent a lot of time alone because I was so much younger than my other siblings. And I dove into creative writing. I wrote stories and books and poems because I just loved being creative in my writing. And that love of creative writing has developed even more now into my adulthood. And I get to use my gifts and talents every day to help our clients reach their goals.
So good. So good. And I will say that you are one of the esteemed and valued members on our team that has a significant role in propelling our ladies from the first part of the work we do with getting their souls back to life, getting them reminded of who they really are. And when you can help them pull all of their beautiful talents, both measurable and immeasurable, into this document that we call a resume, do we see women light up or what?
We do. When I'm able to, through our team's amazing coaching and the group efforts that we make to elevate them in their careers, and I'm able to then draft a world-class resume for our clients, it is not uncommon for them to see it and think, who am I reading about? Oh, wait, that's me. Oh my gosh, I actually am a global innovative entrepreneur, or I'm actually this or that. However, we portray that. Sometimes they're a little shocked at who they are on paper.
Right. And back in the day, before we had applicant tracking systems, ATS, if you're in the know on that, human beings scanned resumes, and you could get away with having a resume that might have been attractive to a random human being who was looking at resumes and be put on the pile of interview this person. In today's day and age, we don't have that. And that was a lot more random than it is today. So applicant tracking systems have done a lot to take some of the guesswork out. But that's not even the beginning of the problems with a resume, is it?
No, it's not.
And so oftentimes we have women who come to us needing to up level. Sometimes they really need to get a new job because they've been either laid off, sometimes fired, sometimes they quit. And sometimes they've been with the company for so many years, they've stalled out and they don't even have a resume, or they haven't even really thought about getting themselves on paper. What are the reasons why women get stuck not being able to really get the resume going in the first place?
Right. I think part of the reason in my experience is that they have a hard time selling themselves. They have a hard time really showcasing their genius on paper. So it aligns with the job they're going for, the industry they may be transitioning to. There's an inability. They always say you can't see the forest for the trees. And when you're in the forest, sometimes identifying those transferable skills or bringing them to the surface can be a big challenge for our clients. And through that comes frustration if they feel they can't adequately portray themselves on paper and market themselves well.
Right. And this really is a marketing document. It doesn't get you a job. It gets you the interview. And so when we have a low sense of self, we're going to have a low visibility resume. When we have an inkling that we're not good enough, we're going to get passed over. We're not going to be promoted. We're not going to be able to talk about ourselves in a way that's going to lead to transmitting confidence. As we're going through our process in our 12-week workshop, we're helping women come back into their confidence, into their soul power. We're helping them see with a greater visibility of what they bring to the table. And I know this is going to maybe surprise some people, but sometimes we have women's resumes that you've drafted and that you've constructed, of course, with them. We do this side by side with our clients. They can't believe what they've accomplished. They can't believe what their resume looks like. Because you're able to craft their genius zone, and
Yes.
you're able to help them apply what they've already done in their career in a way that matters to where they're headed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so when you're coaching folks, Juanita, I know that the troubles that the women have had who we work with in our workshop sort of get magnified along the way. When we start talking about their genius zone and their achievements, they start going, "Oh, I can't say that. Oh, what if they really do hire me?" As we're looking through that, just tell me a little bit about what have you seen that has really caused them in their lives? Like, what does this problem of not being able to really be in your genius zone or not really being able to articulate your achievements, what is that causing these women to lose out in?
That is a great question. What I'm seeing across the board is the outcome being that they retract and feel, because I don't feel worthy or good enough to get that next level position,
Mhm.
I will play it safe. And I will almost, I hate to use the word dumb down, but sometimes they will almost dumb down their resumes to get a job that they know they can do forwards and backwards because it's safe.
Yeah.
And my job and our job as coaches is to not only showcase their genius, but help them do the inside work to stand into their certainty and power of their genius zone, to push through those gremlins, that fear, to pursue those jobs that are next level for them and that will, boost them into the next level for themselves and their families.
Right. I was on a coaching call last night and still hearing from one of our clients that someone wanted her to dumb down her resume. And it was
That breaks my heart.
I know, doesn't it? It was a family member. And she said, "Mo, I have this great resume and and you guys did a great job. And my brother thought that I should this and that and the other thing." I'm like, no. Brothers don't get to be resume writers. No. And what is it that your brother thinks he can shame you into dumbing down something that is a legitimate achievement on your resume? How often are we hearing this from our clients? That someone
Yes.
else is actually helping keep them in their place.
Absolutely. It actually happened to me years ago. I had a partner who I was job searching many years ago and told me, "I think you should take your master's degree off of your resume so people will not view you as overqualified and they will pass you over on the job."
Wow.
I didn't do it. Just so you know.
And I'm no longer with that person.
That's correct.
Just so you know.
That's correct. Yes.
So there's a little sexism, microaggressions going on in the resume job hunting, job shopping, job getting world. And we hear these horror stories from women all the time. And, I'm somewhat waiting for the day and age where we don't have this happening, where we have women showing up and saying, hey, I was talking to my brother, my uncle, my whatever, and they thought that I should really emphasize this on my resume. Like, we don't really hear that from people, do we?
Mhm.
Not really. So a resume is almost like this mirror of how we feel about ourselves. And so many women who we talk to on our clarity calls, by the way, that's mofall.com/clarity/talk. If you want to get a clarity call, which is how we start our process. So many women on the clarity calls that we talk to are asking for the tools before they're ready for the up level. And they're like, well, can I just get a resume on LinkedIn and land a job? No, because most women who are not where they want to be in their careers have job trauma, have been belittled, have been microaggressed, have been put in their place, have been told they shouldn't and they can't and they don't. Oh, let me take that project and I'll go talk to the committee about it. And so as women in the workplace, I'm not being a cynic, I'm being a realist. We talk to thousands and thousands of women a year. We coach hundreds and hundreds of them. Every single day, we're talking to women who have track marks over their bodies and careers because of how they've been mistreated in the workplace, sometimes brutally so, sometimes just subtly so. Either way, they're not ready to show up at their highest level of genius zone on a resume yet, because the inner work isn't going to match. And if we put a resume together and we didn't have that person telling us their achievements and be able to really articulate what they did in this job and that job, or they did it only on their own because their words were weak and vague, which is what happens, right, Juanita? When women
Yes.
aren't feeling great, their verb language is not good. Their specificity is not good. And so a resume looks very watered down and very wimpy. And it's a
Yes.
reflection of how they're feeling inside. And sometimes
Absolutely.
we'll be helping a woman, we'll say, you need to be going for jobs at this level. They're like, oh no, oh no. And then when we pull apart all that they've already done, we're like, you know what? That isn't even the level you should be at this level.
Exactly.
So you're our resume coach. You're in the resume coaching room with these women. What are the things that you're helping them see that they can't see on their own?
What I'm helping them see is that it is not only okay, it is absolutely necessary to claim their genius. It's necessary to stand in their certainty and power of their experiences, their education, their life skills, everything that they've learned and developed up to this point to own. I always say own, own your crap.
Yeah.
You need to own it. And
Yeah.
you would tell your girlfriend, partner, family member sitting beside you to own theirs. So it's
Yes.
time to own yours and to step into your power.
Right. And if you have a wimpy, watered down resume, you're going to be passed over. You're not going to go through the applicant tracking systems. You're going to be rejected. You're going to have no responses, or you may get the interview. But when you show up, you're going to have watered down language, which how important is this for interview coaching as well, to have the resume that portrays the genius zone, to have the resume that portrays the level of achievement and what this woman is capable of in order to then interview properly.
Absolutely.
It all cascades into finally landing the job, doesn't it?
It does. And that's what I love about the holistic approach that we as a company provide for our clients. It's the inner work, it's the soul work, the alignment, the
Right.
resume, elevator pitch, interview prep, all the things that we do to come around our clients at every angle to support them so we don't miss anything, that we're all in cadence with getting our
Yes.
clients to the next level that they deserve and more.
Absolutely. And I love that word cadence, because that's exactly how our proven methodology works. It's a cadence of first this, the very first thing, you're going to dive into your soul. The next thing, you're going to dive into your career achievements. The next thing, you're going to hit a wall going, I don't know if that's me. And you're going to have to do some inner work again. And then you're going to do your first draft of your resume. And we're going to show you exactly paint by numbers how to do that. And then you're going to be sitting with Juanita, going through all the achievements and what your soul's really all about. And the unique proposition of who you are is going to pop on the page because she does her magic on that resume. And Juanita, you've gotten into such a groove, taking all the soul work and the career achievements and creating a very unique proposition for this woman's prospects as that next level up, or even in some cases, like I said, 2 levels up. We talked a little bit earlier, but let's really emphasize this, because I just think of all of the women who are flooding into my brain when they comment, oh my God, I look like $1 million. Oh my God, this looks so awesome. Oh my God, it's going to be super easy to interview now that I have this. I mean, elaborate on that, please. And feel free to throw some brags around about your work, because it is awesome work that you do. And it's just the perfect combination. So what are the things that our clients are exclaiming after they see this beautiful work of art that you put together with them?
Thank you. Some of the things that the feedback that I received is that now they stand taller. Now they are changing they've up-leveled their language in the office and in the workplace. It's actually created a confidence within them to be better in their home and their other relationships and their other environments. They've seen changes in the way that they're now communicating and receiving the information from other people and processing that. When I write a resume and I label someone as a global organizational strategist for Fortune 500 companies in such and such industries, and they say, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't realize that I'm actually global. I do that. Oh my gosh. There are these beautiful aha moments,
right,
that allow them to, again, step into who they really are in their genius zone, but not just in their work, but it affects their entire lives. And it's really magical. I love it.
Absolutely. And then they can craft their LinkedIn to match that. And
Exactly.
then they can get the coaching for interview prep and begin to really practice and do their elevator pitch and really stand out head and shoulders above the crowd. We have some women who get their resume so rocking and rolling from you that we still have to do some inner work to get them really ready to step into that.
Absolutely.
And that's where, the team approach, and you hand off the resume, and we all know that the resume is done, and we know what this woman, where she's at and what next coaching she needs. And it's just a beautiful thing. When a woman steps into her truth and in her power, and she can see herself on the page, the world is less scary, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's amazing how the world will bring opportunity to your door when you are open to it, when in receiving mode of it, and standing in your worthiness of having everything you deserve and more.
Oh, so good. We have a KPI for making sure that every woman walks out with a beautiful resume, and making sure she gets it in, to use your word, in the cadence of all the other things that we help our ladies work through. You've literally done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resumes. Kind of circling back to the biggest problem that you see as women are on the resume journey after doing hundreds and hundreds of resumes. What are some of the biggest things that they're falling short on that you see in your expert arena here?
What I feel that they're falling short on is capturing measurable outcomes, capturing impact, capturing what they've done and what as a driving force to propel their organizations. We as women are so designed to take on more and more and more and just do, and not being able to articulate what we do, the greatness of what we do, the highest level of the things that we do. And I often see resumes coming in that are pretty bare boned, saying, well, I wrote reports, I captured data, I did this, I supported that. And so part of my job is to come alongside them and help them really dive into, well, what did you do? What was the impact? Let's expand on that. Let's really see what you did there. And so that's what I'm finding is a lot of women, again, bring the resumes to the table that they've already either dumbed down, pulled back, or really never thought was as an important component in the
Yes.
job search as they thought it was.
Yes. And even with all the applicant tracking tools out there that are for free and that sort of thing that people can use. And I think even LinkedIn has a feature where you can have them judge your resume. I forget exactly, but there's a lot of things out there, which is all very cool and wonderful. But if you're not aligned with your specific deliverables, if you're not aligned with your specific achievements, or if you're doubting your entire career path, which is something we see all the time, I don't really know if I want to keep doing that because they've been shamed, bullied, have toxic bosses, toxic environments, etc. They're doubting their own profession that they're so skilled at, and they're now wanting to make a pivot. And there's no way that you can put a resume together when you're feeling trodden upon, when you're feeling the job trauma, when you're not sure of the next steps for your career, and you don't have a strategy for who you are in the world and what's your next best play. There's no way you can come up with your own best on paper. I mean, there's just no way. You can't do that. So as we're working with our gals, our first step is having a clarity call. And again, I'll just do a little pitch here. Ladies, if you're listening to this, if you're a professional woman and you're not where you want to be in your career, our first step is to sit down and talk with you on a phone call to get you the clarity you deserve, to know what's going on, what's holding you back, why haven't you advanced, why aren't you making the money or making the contribution that you want in the world professionally. And we do that on a complimentary career clarity call. It's mofall.com/talk. And there we will help you zone in on what's really going on. It's kind of like going through a career MRI machine. We're going to diagnose it, and then we're going to make a plan for you. And if part of that plan is you need our expertise, we'll talk about that. And that's mofall.com/talk. Those are really powerful calls. And I know, Juanita, you're talking to women who've been through those calls, and they're like, oh my goodness, did they really nail it on the head when they went through the call? I'm glad I found this. And, you're on the calls after the resume, you're watching these women land jobs. You're watching them celebrate how they feel about themselves. As a coach who has participated in that process for hundreds and hundreds of women, when you see a woman in her glory, having landed a job, I mean, try to tell us what that's like, please. I mean,
I'm a woman of creative words and wordsmithing, and I don't know that I can really. No, I'm just kidding. When these women let us know that they have achieved their dreams and more, or they're receiving multiple job interviews or multiple offers, and which now do I choose from? And they're reaching their goals, I tear up because I know that this is not just about landing a job. This is about aligning one's soul to do something that is not only going to fulfill them financially, emotionally, spiritually, but it's a livelihood for their families and others, and they're leaving a legacy. And being a part of that is so fulfilling. My heart overflows every day knowing that I get to be a part of that. It is just, I wake up every day pinching myself still that I get to do what I do every day to enhance the lives of these women. I mean, it's magical. It really is magical. And this team is magical. And what we do is magical. That's all I have. I mean, really can't say anything else than that.
Over and out, mic drop. We do have fun lifting souls. We do have fun lifting careers. Your role on this team is so integral, and having a woman be able to look as good on paper as she is in reality, and having her soul be completely aligned, completely congruent with that power, with those achievements, and be able to use that for a force for good in the world at the next level of impact and influence in the world, and make more money and have more retirement money and more money for vacations for her family and enjoy her life better. And we get to see all of the benefits of that with our grads, with our alumni group, with all the celebrations that they make. It is outrageous what the steps are that get our ladies to a beautiful resume. You handcraft and make it just world-class awesome, and help them really be able to begin to articulate what they really bring to the table. It's a big deal.
Thank you. It's priceless. I mean, it really is priceless what we do as a team. It's wonderful.
So fun. So fun. Any final words before we wrap up here? Coach Juanita, certified resume coach and ultimate badass on our team. Anything else that you want to say about the resume world or the process, or anything to give some women some inspiration for their future life?
Sign up for a clarity call. Sign up for a clarity call,
There you
because
go.
because if you're not getting the results that you want and deserve, and you know deep down you're capable of those things, and you just need a team to come alongside you and pull you along and support you and give you the tools, all the tools you need to land your dream job and more, we are it. Give us a call.
Right.
Sign up. Seriously.
Mofall.com/talk. Listen to Juanita. She knows. One of the best wordsmithers out there. She's got you covered. Juanita, thanks for joining me on this Facebook Live. I really appreciate the opportunity to showcase you, to let the world know behind the scenes. I've got a team, and you're an awesome, awesome team member, an awesome gem. And so many women's lives are so much better because of your resume writing, your steadfastness to help them articulate their highest, best value in the world. And we couldn't do this work without your beautiful talents. So thanks for joining me on this great interview and sharing what it is that you bring to the world, and for Team Coach Mo and all of our wonderful clients. Really, really great work. And thank you for joining me, folks. This is what our team looks like. We got a badass, kick-ass, awesome team. And Coach Juanita, our certified resume expert, at your service. She is a part of the wonderful team that helps our ladies up-level their souls and their careers so they can live a dream life. Mofall.com/talk gets you a conversation with one of our coaches, and we will help you see what we can do or not do, but help you see what's really going on in your career. Juanita, thanks so much for joining. This has been fun. Mofall.com and Mofall Coach Mo everywhere on social media. Mofall.com/talk for your complimentary career clarity call. We'll see you next time. Thanks again, Juanita.
Thanks, Coach Mo. It's my pleasure.